Hey everybody, how's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to another edition of Shortline Thursday. And our special guest is going to be James Galton, which I'll bring in a moment. But first, I'd like to say hi to everybody. Looks like I got a fairly long list here, so we'll throw up to the top and go from there. Let's see, we got Us America, Artie, how are you? Joe Rader, Black Rock Central. Kyle Stevens, how are you? Jeff, the railroad enthusiast, like the rest of us, by the way. Ron Bryce, how you doing? Hey, BNSF N Scale. And of course, James Calden, he's out there. Jasko, how are you? Kyle Stevens. And who else we got here? Ink Rails, how are you, Ink? I think I just about covered them all. I think so. Let me see. Try Godwin, Pappy, how are you? Sparky, 107, 107. Good to see you, Sparky. Oh, Dwight Curley, how are you, Dwight? And Dave Server from Crooked River at Easter. Good to see you, too. Yeah, I think I got everybody. And you know, the usual, if I miss you, just clapping around later. So let me bring James Calton out of the basement. Hope he's ready. And see, he's got his layout running. Let's take a look at his layout. There he is. So there's his layout. James, can you hear me out there?
Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Okay, let me change cameras.
All righty. So hopefully we'll be talking about airbrushing techniques, and James is really good at it. So James, I'm going to give you the mic and let you get
Well,
it.
I'm not an expert, but I have some stuff I can show off for airbrushing stuff.
That sounds good to me.
Now, so and what I found out in airbrushing is equipment is very important. So my first attempt at airbrushing, we used what you call down in the U.S. as Harbor Freight.
Oh yeah, we have that here.
We up here it's called crappy tire.
Ah, okay.
So I went through 3 of their airbrushes until they died. They're non-serviceable, non-repairable. They don't work. So these little puppies right here. These are. Don't buy these.
Now is that the Harbor Freight brand or is that some other brand?
It's the crappy tire version of Harbor Freight.
Okay.
Which up here is Canadian Tire. So it's your general purpose hardware auto parts store. Now, I bought a Grex airbrush.
Nice. Not familiar with the name, but sounds nice.
It's an American name. It's not a cheap airbrush. But I found if you're going to buy an airbrush, you want to buy a good quality airbrush. Grex is a good one. It's a high-end one. There's also Iwata, Badger, and another one that's out there. I forget the name right now. Pache is another one. So there's lots of options out there. I really enjoy the Grex. I bought it used from a lady in Ottawa. I can change the camera. Can I show you that compressor I got here? It has a quick disconnect on the air. There, can you see that?
Yep, looks good.
So that is my compressor.
Okay, that's a little bit different than what I usually see.
Yeah. It has a holder for the nozzle, but I don't use it. I keep it on the floor. And it has a water trap, air filter, pressure regulator.
Okay, yeah, looks,
It turns off and on when you use it. What's that?
that does look similar to mine. And you have to turn around at a funny angle. But yeah, mine's set up the same. I just put a tank on mine. It was a 4 liter tank. And hopefully that'll improve its ability to spray.
I don't have a tank for mine,
Now,
but it has quick disconnect on the fitting, so you can take it off, separate it pretty quick. Um, Now, when it comes to airbrushing, I'm a novice. I've tried doing. I usually use Tamiya or Model Master paints, but I have experimented with craft paint, and that sprays pretty good too if you thin it properly. So That's what I do for airbrushing. I did. A friend of mine has a little hobby store in Dundas where I live, and I traded him some supplies, and he gave me a turntable for painting. This is made by Tamiya. It has an attachment at the top for holding stuff when you spray, and for small parts, I made a couple of these things for holding. They're just all they are is test clips and a couple of skew rods crimped on. That's it. Very inexpensive in the dollar store.
yep, those are very handy.
Yeah. So
You could paint figures with that, right? HO size figures. You clamp them in there, maybe.
yeah, I paint my figures. They're all one color. I can't see the small detail. So they're statues.
You need a fair magnifier, so I got the same problem. I can't see anything.
No, so they get painted one color. The color of the week, usually gray.
There you go.
So no one can complain to me. And so what else you want to ask about airbrushing?
Well, I've seen some of your airbrush work, and I was very impressed with it, so I think they're a little more than a novice.
Yeah, well, my airbrush booth is on the other side of the room. I bought it off Amazon. I got the brochure on it. It's a spray booth model HSE550BLK. I got it from Amazon for about $230 Canadian. It's pretty decent. I only spray acrylic. I do not spray enamel paints whatsoever.
I don't blame you.
I have nothing here to show you because the other piece I have that I painted, I have to save that for Sidetrack Sunday on the 27th.
Okay.
You can't see that yet. But I
Okay.
airbrushed
Make sure you tune in to Sidetrack Sunday so we can see what that is.
for the 27th. It'll be on Ray's channel.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah. Ray's not even in the chat. So that's my setup. It's out of the way. Now I remember last week you were talking about some pieces for track connections.
Yeah, I can't remember what they're called. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. And I'm pretty sure I saw them on your channel. Yep,
These things here.
Yep.
Now, so you know, Rick Bailey used them on his bridge. And if you're ever familiar with Larry, the DC guy,
Yep.
he did a video on these too. That's how I found out about them, through him. I bought mine from the UK direct.
Yeah, I looked it up. They got to come from England, so.
Yeah, but the only problem I found with mine is my lift gate started to swell a bit. The wood, the moisture in the air at the time,
Oh
so
yeah.
it's causing some binding at the one point. So I had to actually file away part of the connection piece, because wood. I had a lot of moisture content in the basement, and the wood was growing more than the track.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I had a similar problem out here in the shed because I have a lift gate too. And I had a perfect fit, and then we got a cold snap here.
yeah,
And while it was cold, it got real tight. And
yeah,
I had to file some of it away.
yeah.
And when it warms up, I don't think it's going to cause too much of a problem. But
No,
my
but when
biggest
I
problem,
laid my track, I soldered the track down one piece. Then I cut the track with a Dremel.
yeah, that would be the way to do it.
Then you're guaranteed a perfect alignment. So once the track is solid, it's okay for the lift gate. 'Cause that's the movable side. The other side, the hinge side, I never touched.
But believe it or not, I'm having my problem on the hinge side.
Oh, did you raise your hinges up?
I did. I think I pretty much duplicated what you did.
Okay.
And I think I'm about almost an inch higher with the hinges.
Well, I'm not that high.
Maybe not quite yet, but I mean,
Well,
I've got good vertical alignment. It's the horizontal alignment that I just want. And
I
I
raised. I'm
right.
just above the track height. Wherever the height of cork is, that's how much I raised the hinge a half inch above the roadbed.
Yeah, that's about where I'm at.
Yeah.
About it.
So,
Well, like I said, the biggest problem I've got is my track is not. It's not as solid as it should be on the edges. So that's what I was thinking. The jigsaw thing, if they would lock in when I close the gate, even on the hinge side,
mm-hmm.
and that will give me a perfect horizontal line.
Yeah. Well, mine is I cut away a lot of the puzzling on mine because of the binding on the open side, not the hinge side though.
And see, I'm the exact opposite. On the open side, I've got no alignment problems at all.
Yeah,
Go figure, right?
I know. The CT4 is in the house.
Oh, hey, T4, how you
Hi
doing?
T4.
So, unfortunately, nobody in America makes those jigsaw puzzles. I wish they did.
No.
I'd be able to keep
See, when I ordered from the UK, it wasn't that expensive to get them here. So they were cheap. They were £10. And the shipping took about not even a week.
That's not too bad. I'm trying to remember what I looked up the price for shipping to America, and I don't remember what it was now. But it was like $12 for the actual
Well,
track.
$12. Well, $12 is not bad for shipping.
No, not really. It's just every penny counts in this hobby. You know that, but
I seen stuff shipped from the U.S. to Canada costing $30.
I know. Hi.
Hello, Jerry.
Hey Jerry, how you doing? I know it's ridiculous that they charge so much to ship from the. I guess it's just as expensive to ship from Canada to the U.S.
What's that?
And isn't it just as expensive to ship to the U.S. from Canada?
It is.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I
Mine-
have a 3-ounce part to Sean up there, and it cost me $30 to ship it.
Mhm.
For 3-ounce part. It's just ridiculous. It's so easy.
The only way to ship from U.S. to Canada is through the U.S. Postal Service.
Well, that's what I did.
Yeah.
It was actually the cheapest, but still outrageously expensive. So
Well, some places they just set a price to cover the hassles they face to go to the post office to mail it to. They don't charge you cost. They charge you a value to compensate them for shipping the part to you.
Yeah,
I found that out.
that's good to know.
You know, I have another part I got from the UK for doing track. To buy this part here from the US, it would have cost me $20 American. This is only one piece of it. It's for ballast thing. $20 American to buy it, and $30 to ship it.
Wow.
It cost me 12 pounds to ship it from the UK, and 10 pounds to buy it.
Wow.
I bought direct. It's a device for spreading ballast. You suck up the extra.
That's a different one. I've never seen one like that before.
Yeah. It's featured on a what's his name is James Walters. He's has a YouTube channel in the UK,
I'll have to look them up.
and it's designed to vacuum up your excess ballast when you spread it down.
Good.
And I got that from the UK. But it seems easier to get stuff from the UK to Canada than versus the other way around.
Yeah, like I said, well, it's the same thing with China. Yeah, how does China ship stuff for practically nothing to the U.S.? They must have some sort of an agreement with USPS because.
Yeah, but a lot of the Chinese stuff is junk unless it's quality stuff.
Well, that's true, but still, be able to ship it that cheaply.
Mm-hmm. So
what else you got going on over there? Anything that you want to let us in on?
well, I can show you my trend. Well, I should. We are getting ready to sell the house, and so my layout's going to come apart soon.
Oh,
But I can show you. I collect TH&B trains. So that's Toronto, Hamilton, and Buffalo.
okay.
So I can switch camera. I put a whole set of locomotives on my lift gate that you can see them.
Cool.
There.
Oh, there we go.
So what you're seeing there is 4 switchers SW9s, 2 NW2s, and my GP9 collection.
Very nice.
So the GP9s are Cato. 2 are DC and sound. You can see the camera there.
Very nice.
And these are Cato too. These ones here. These are NW2s. These are Cato.
Good looking butcher.
Well, I have more. I got TH&B had a GP7, and I have all 7. You see these? You see. I turn the camera around. So there's one. Right, man.
Nice.
2, 3, 4, and how about a couple more?
Wow. They must have cleaned out the store, huh?
Yeah. They
Yeah.
never had the box yet.
I know. Artie wants to know if are you the one that bought that house at the end of his street?
No. But they're GP7s.
Yeah.
There, we change the camera angle there. So there he is. So that collection of diesels. Oh, Jerry, they are Toronto, Hamilton, and Buffalo. I have every diesel that THB ran on their train between 1950 and 1980. They were once owned by New York Central and CP Rail. Hi, Steve, 87.
Hey, Steve. Steve wants to know if you're giving away any of those engines.
No.
Sorry, Steve.
I got 3 more coming. They're on order from Athern. Steve 87, you don't want any GP7s? But Athern is releasing some GP9s. Brand new ones, Athern and Genesis. They're due next month
Okay.
to add to the collection. Oh, Artie, I got more Atlas engines. I got 2 more.
Now we know who's buying all. Okay.
Oh, you want to see? I got too many. I could fill this table with engines. Yeah. Oh. Let's get another GP7 out. Everybody likes GP7s. Here's a beauty. This is New York Central.
Very nice.
GP7. Oh, wait. Another GP7. This is my Great Northern. And I have a pair of these. These are Cato.
Nice.
These are nice running locomotives.
You really like the GP7s, huh?
I do. And I put some away, though. I have more.
I can say, how many can you run on your layout at one time?
Well, my plan is to run 7 at one time.
Wow.
I have enough rolling stock to pull about 30 cars per train.
Wow.
In THB.
Not bad. How big is your layout?
It is 19 feet long. The narrow end 7 feet. The wide end's 9.
Not bad. Pretty good size layout.
And I use NCE control system. Thanks to Sparky. Well, in 2019, I didn't know what DCC was.
Yeah, it's an amazing thing, isn't it? I mean, I got into it a little earlier than that, but
yeah,
I would never go back to DC after that. There's just no way.
Well, I run DC for, maybe out in the display at the club, that kind of stuff,
Right. Now, the DCC just allows you to do so much more.
Well, yeah, I can run 3 or 4 trains. Right now, I'm running my SD75i. Turn. You can see it comes through here. This is probably my most modern locomotive I have. This is an Athern Genesis too.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So yeah. I turned the sound off because I don't care for the sound too much.
Well, I do when I'm doing a live stream because it would just
too much.
It would cancel out my microphone.
Yeah.
But man, it's kind of nice. I like to hear the horns and stuff, which I don't really need the sound for that. But
yeah, but Artie, you're too far from Canada.
Yeah, the other side of the planet.
Yeah.
Steve wants to know if you have enough cabooses for all your trains.
Quite a few. Let me see here. Oh, I got a CP. I got quite a few of those. I got a bag full of blue box cabooses. There's probably about 20 in here.
Wow.
I have two Repeato THBs on order. That they're wide band. I have a New York Central caboose. I have a Norfolk Southern. This is a nice one.
Good.
Oh, this is a TH&B caboose. These are rare.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I have that one. And what else? Well, this is a neat one here. This is probably my smallest locomotive I got.
Yeah, that's pretty tiny.
This is DCC with a Keep Alive in it from
Wow.
Walters.
Cool.
It's a Plymouth switcher, I think you call it. It's a
Yep.
two-wheeler, four wheels. Now I had it relabeled as Stelco. You can see the decal on there.
Not really.
Not
Cool.
going to focus it on.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a neat little locomotive.
Yeah, it is.
And what else? Oh,
Hey, Trails wants to know if you're located in Ontario.
oh, okay. Yes, I am. I'm in Dundas, Ontario. Now this one here is for Sparky.
Ah, yeah, Conrail.
This is a switcher. It's only DC though. This cost me a grand total of $5,
Not bad.
and that's the Canadian money.
Not bad at all.
But yeah, that was. I do have a. I put it away though. I have a Conrail cabooses. I got a pair of those.
Well, it sounds like you got plenty of rolling stock then.
I have lots of rolling stock.
Hey, Robert, flying
Hey,
growing.
Robert. I have more than enough rolling stock. I have stuff I haven't put out in the layout, and I gotta pack it all up.
Yeah.
And yeah, I started collecting 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. I didn't have a layout. I started collecting trains though,
Ah.
and now I got lots. And I still hunt for more. Well, I also got. I didn't open them up yet, but I have a New York passenger train set. The complete an E7 locomotive and passenger cars, complete set. And I have another locomotive. It's a B unit because Heath won't give me his. And I think Robert wants my. I have a GP7 shell he wants.
Well, that might be a good trade then, huh?
Ink Rails, we're trying to set up a meet and greet up in Canada around in the middle of June. We're going to go to OVR, I believe.
Well, there you go.
So, Ink Rails, where do you live in Ontario? What town?
sure he'll answer in a minute.
I'm about 30 minutes from Sparky.
Do you ever go to visit Sparky and run on his layout?
I have. My mother-in-law is about 5 minutes away from his house,
Ah,
Robert. But he's he's always working when I'm in town now. Okay.
Trail says he's in the Barry area, and June is my birthday month.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, so you might
If
get
you
up to him.
Ink Rails, if you check Chris's channel, Go Via Go Home, it should be announced to his channel where we got what time frame. But I think June 25th is a tentative date.
I guess you guys should have a fun get together then.
Yeah, well, it's closer for us to travel. I know Sparky's got a big one in Strasbourg in May.
I know we're trying to. I'm trying to get there myself. Still not sure. Almost sure, but we'll see.
Yeah.
'Cause I live down in Florida, so it's a bit of a drive.
Yes, well, I think Sparky's going to drive with Sean McGee.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
It's only about, I guess it's about a 3-hour drive from here. I'm not sure. Maybe 4.
That's it. Seems like it'd be longer.
Yeah. It's in Pennsylvania, right?
Yes.
I was watching a video in Pennsylvania about the shipyards.
Oh, okay.
Because the New Jersey is on the Delaware River there.
Right.
And so is the John F. K. aircraft carrier.
Hey, Jared, how you doing?
Mothball fleet.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I'm originally from New Jersey, but I haven't been there in a long time. A very long.
I was watching a video on the Mothball fleet the other day. Artie, wives are all good. Yes, they are. So, yeah, so that's what I got. Yeah, so I modeled the steel mill. I don't know if you can see. I'll turn it there. That's my blast furnace.
Oh, nice. Like you put a lot of detail into it.
It's a Walters kit.
Not bad.
It's got over 400 pieces in it.
Wow.
It's all detailed inside too. I painted the inside, added lighting to it.
Cool.
It will have track running through it eventually, but it may not see track on this layout. I'm afraid it's the way life is going. We have to make a change for our betterment of us.
So, are you moving to a bigger house or same size, or do you
We
know?
want to go to a townhouse. We want to downsize.
Oh, okay.
Well, we have a 4-bedroom house. It's only the 2 of us.
True. Pretty big house for 2 people, but.
Yeah. So
Of course, you could take 2 of those bedrooms though and make a train room out of it.
I could, but my wife would shoot me.
Yeah, maybe.
Steve, no, I'm going to start packing up trains in this week. I'm going to leave it together until I have to take it apart. I want to run trains.
Yeah, I don't blame you. My layout was down for almost 4 months between the move from Naples to here.
Yeah, well, I started to build this layout in the summer of 2020.
Okay, it's not that far then, really.
No. Well, because of a certain subject we won't talk about, I've been not working.
Well, I've been retired since I was 47 because I had a stroke, but
Yeah.
put me out of the workforce. So that's basically when I started. I got back into model railroading.
Yeah.
And
So
I'm 62 now, so been doing it a while.
Artie, I couldn't do that. The one room is an office, the other room's a storage room, the other room's a spare room for somebody that we don't use.
Ah,
No, we're gonna get a townhouse and hopefully we're looking for one that's gonna have decent size in the basement for a train layout, so I can go bigger.
there you go. That's the idea.
Well, the steel mill is needs a lot of space.
Yeah, it looks like it would.
I don't have enough area to do it properly. We started playing around with the track plan just to try and suit the space. It worked out really well. I built my own control panel for it, but it's not big. It's just not big enough. I have a long. My main line is quite long. I have a 26 and a quarter and a 24-inch radius on my main line.
That's a good radius.
Yeah. But the inner stuff, I'm down to 20 and 18. 'Cause I decided to make a switching layout for the inner area. Because
Okay.
you don't run big trains in a steel mill. You run switchers.
That's true.
So, and most of the stuff I run are 4-axle locomotives. The only one I run triple axle is that SD75.
Yeah. Yeah. All your GPs are going to be 4-axle. So.
Yes, they're all 4-axle stuff.
Well, that makes it easier on the 18-inch radius. So.
Yeah, but I don't have any 18. Most of the smallest I got is 20, I think.
20. I think that's plenty then.
Yeah.
I'm running the ES44s, and I think my widest radius is 30, and my narrowest is 28.
Yeah, I didn't have the room to do anything bigger than that. In fact, when I built the layout, I wanted more on the turn at one end, so I actually expanded that area another 12, 18 inches so I could get the bigger loop.
Yeah.
Because I have two main lines, and I have an industrial loop that can branch off into different areas too. But I don't think I'll see it completed. It'll be the next man.
Yeah, more than likely, because you're planning on moving pretty soon, I'm guessing, right?
Well, we're hoping to have the house on the market by the end of March, beginning of April. But the market is very hot right now. There's not much available, so we're not sure what we're going to be doing. We could be living in the street.
Yeah, that's not good. But it's the same here. The market's crazy, but prices are through the roof. But there isn't that many houses available. Really, it's weird.
No, but the problem is though, what we're finding up here, how does a young person afford a house?
Well, the same problem here. I mean, the cheapest house you can buy is $300,000-$400,000, and that's for nothing. And a decent house is going to cost you $700,000-$800,000, and that's
Up
what
here,
I come up with.
up here we're talking 1.1 million
That's
as a base price.
that's crazy. I mean, like you said, the average guy can't afford that.
There was a house the other day. It was listed for $799. It sold for 1.1 million.
Wow. So you're seeing the same. Well, I sold my house in Naples. I sold it for $298. I could have got more if I'd have sat on it, but I wanted to move quickly because I just wanted to get out of Naples. But the guy who bought it for me, he flipped it for he got 5 something for it. And then that guy bought it. All he did was furnish it.
Yeah.
He flipped it again, and he got 7 something for it.
Yeah.
And I imagine next time it will probably be well over $1 million.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad. It wasn't a small house. It was 2,000 square foot, but still, it's near the beach and all, but that's just crazy money.
Yeah. But I see Ink Rails is building an entire steel mill series on his next layout. I'm in the process. I haven't finished it. I'm going to build what you call a basic oxygen furnace, which is about 5 different buildings married into one. That's how big it is. Huge. But I have the
It'll be very similar.
yes. Well, I have the steel mill. The rolling mill is done. I built the blower house. I built the coke ovens. I built the blast furnace. I have another coke oven kit because I had to modify my kit to fit the space. So I have another kit for backups if I ever want to change it back. But they're very. Walters brought the stuff out late, and as soon as they released it, they were sold out.
I bet they were.
And a lot of people are annoyed because Walters did that.
Yeah, well, Walters does a lot of things that doesn't make good sense, but yeah, I like their stuff.
They could have sold double what they had on the shelf.
Of course.
Yeah.
They do that with a lot of the models that they produce. They'll discontinue them before the demand drops off on them.
Yeah. There's a place down in the U.S. that 3D prints parts for steel mills.
Really?
Yep. They call steel mill modelers. They will 3D print stuff for the steel mill modelers.
I'll have to look into that one too. I wasn't aware of that. Well, of course, a lot of 3D
No, I
print
don't.
stuff.
Inkrose asked the question if I have the Hewitt unloader. I do not. If he's looking for one, Central Hobbies in Vancouver did have one in stock.
Yeah, okay.
I remember seeing it there. Have to check with Hewitt though, because he's going to sell the store, close it.
Huh.
Yeah, Steve 87 wants a sawmill.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. I don't think I have for wood. I have a we call it a chip hopper. I have one of those somewhere. But
You already answered the question on that one.
I have two that are massive. There'll be a big build.
Yeah.
Steve 87, I'm understanding Hal wants to close sometime mid this summer. From my understanding, from my last time I talked to Hal. He wants to retire. Because he's working on an order for me now. Jim, there is a hobby store in Vancouver called Central Hobbies. It's close to Steve 87. It's in Canada, but it's not far from Washington State.
Okay. Steve says he might have to do a birthday run then.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to take it.
Apparently, he's got a very huge inventory, so it'd be a lot of money to buy him up. But I haven't heard anything about buying him, selling it though. But there is a good store though. They have a lot of stuff that you don't see around here.
Huh.
They're only about 8-hour flight from our area.
Yeah.
But yeah. What is already grab West one too? What you go grab? A beer?
Nah, ginger ale. Okay.
Oh. I think Ari thinks you have something else.
No.
No.
Nah, I'm not allowed to drink anymore.
I don't drink any of it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, no.
Now, that's the only thing I'm really allowed to drink is ginger ale because, I have heart condition.
Yeah, that's what my mother has a heart condition. We spent the weekend in the hospital with her.
Oh, bummer.
Well, she's 92. She's
Well, that's
got
not bad.
congenital. She's got congenital heart failure. So it's hard on her.
Yeah, but health issues are never fun.
What snowplow, Steve 87? Snowplow?
Oh, there you go.
This is a Walters, though.
Nice.
Yeah.
I
THB.
saw my layout, so I don't need one.
THB. Well, I have lots of these things. These ore cars. I have about 30 of these things.
Wow.
I don't like brass. I had some brass cabooses. I sold them all. I sold the St. Charles and the THB. Point Charles.
What didn't you like about them?
Didn't like the brass, and I got good price for them selling them. I sold the one for $300 almost.
Wow.
The last time I heard, the True Value Trains Point Charles caboose was selling anywhere from $400 to $500 Canadian.
Wow.
And that's a plastic model.
And they're getting some crazy prices for some of this stuff.
Yeah, but I wasn't interested in it. Here's another building I worked on. It. This is part of the BOF. Eventually, it's only primered.
That's gonna look nice when you're done with it.
Yeah. I built this from junk, scrap parts.
Now, that came out nice.
Yeah. It's an old Athearn blue box crane. I chopped the base all apart. The rest came from scrap parts from the club. Built that.
Some nice skip bashing there, huh?
Yeah. So.
So, what are you planning on doing with your new layout that you haven't done on this one other than size?
I think I will change the design of the framework. Because when I did mine, I did it a certain way where I felt it was built. 'Cause I never saw it before. But when I went to put in things, I had access problems with installing switch machines.
Okay.
So you need to allow for that. So I'm gonna use plywood for framework instead of 1x4 pine. I'll make it more modular. What's that?
I said that would definitely be a little lighter. You actually use 1x4s, huh?
Yeah, well, a couple of one module it was 10 feet long, so I bought a 10-foot piece of 1x4 pine.
Okay.
It was easier to buy a piece of wood like that than buy a whole sheet of plywood, because
True.
I can't handle the plywood in my car, so I go to the store and I buy a 1x4x8 or whatever, and it's just more convenient.
That's
When I
true.
first started building the layout, I bought plywood and had it rip it up into 1x4 strips. And plywood is more stable and more flatter.
That's true.
So most of the framework is that, but I built all the legs. I bought some 2x12, ripped them apart with my table saw, and made them.
Okay.
But now I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger so there's more access to the track underneath it. That's all. Just improve a few things.
Yeah, sounds like you're right on track then.
Yeah. So far, I think I'm doing okay on the layout. It runs good. Well, that train's been running around here for an hour now. I didn't turn it off though.
Well, you're doing good because mine derailed there about 15 minutes ago.
Oh yeah, I can.
Uh,
I made some noise.
Hey, you did. Sound good though.
Yeah. Yeah, I bought that Athearn. It's an SD75i CN, but the hobby store was clearing them out. I
Really?
only paid $250 for it brand new, Canadian.
That's not bad at all.
No,
Hey, Happy Valley, how you doing tonight?
hello, Happy Valley.
Well, sounds like you got a good plan ahead of you.
Yeah, we're in the process of doing some rentals to the house to finish what I started 10 years ago.
I know that.
And well, I rebuilt most of the house myself until we ran out of money.
Uh,
Because I got, back in 2009, Stelco, the steel mill, went bankrupt. So it hurt us financially. So everything got on hold for almost 6 years.
wow.
Then we did another part of the house, and now we're going to finish the other part. So if we finish it, we'll be able to get some good value out of this and get a smaller house and a spot for new layout.
There you go.
We're at it. We're having. There you go. Here, I'm hitting something. Yeah, so that's the plan anyhow. So we should be ready to put it in the market by mid-April.
Sounds good.
Well, I want to make sure the house is ready to sell too. I don't want to leave any loose ends. I don't want to cut corners. I don't want any surprises like things I found. Because
Yeah,
I noticed today there's some brickwork needs to be repaired. I can have that fixed, things like that. And hope we'll get the right amount of money that we'll have to buy a house and be mortgage free.
there you go.
So
That's what I did. I wound up actually with a slightly bigger house than what I left, but with an extra $100,000 left over. So, which went real quick, by the way.
oh yeah.
But I had to put a lot of money into the house. I mean, it had. I when I initially looked at it, I figured around 20,000, repairs, and I was off by 40,000. So
Oh yeah. Doesn't
I
take
put
much.
almost 60,000 into it. But the place is nice now, so
Yeah. Well, our house is pretty nice too. It just got a few areas we need to deal with, and then I want to get outside and finish a few projects outside. 'Cause I think it's important. The first impressions is important when you're selling a house,
Oh, absolutely.
and so I make sure things are done that way so it looks finished. So we'll hope you're ready. We're hoping, but time is hard right now with my mother-in-law being sick and running around. We were at the hospital. We were there for the hospital twice this week.
Wow. Well, I hope she gets better soon. Hope she has a full
Yeah, we hope so. She needs to go into a home and that would make it easier, I think, on her. But it's a waiting game.
Yeah, I know how that works.
Yeah. Where I don't wear a mask when I'm painting. It's acrylic paint,
That's true. No need to. I don't wear
water
one.
based.
Of course, I've got the paint booth, which has a blower in it. And actually, I have it vented outside. So even if there were any fumes, I wouldn't get any anyway.
I don't vent mine outside. I just vent it up in here. But I only use acrylic water based paints.
That's safer and it works just as well as the oil-based.
I make my my cleaner for my airbrush using simple green cleaner and some others like rubbing alcohol and that kind of stuff.
No,
Nothing complicated. I even make my own thinner.
what do you make that out of?
I forget the combination. There is a YouTuber called Rex Barbados. I'll go out of this. I'll find it for you. I'll tell you what it is. Subscription Rex. There's another airbrush guy is good too. Rex.
Derek, my mother-in-law is very happy living next door to me in the guest house.
That's good.
Doesn't freak out about anything. And we moved her in last month, and she's much happier now.
Can't find it now unless I know his name, but he's too bad I can't find it. But there's two YouTube channels that has really good quality videos on airbrushing.
Okay.
Well, Barnabas Rex, I think it's spelled. Barnabas Rex. And Roy Atham's not in the chat. He knows the other guy.
I'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, making up my own thinner. It's basically,
Yeah.
I'm using a little bit of alcohol and water now mixed.
Oh yeah. His name of his channel is Barbados Rex.
Barbados Rex.
Yes.
Okay.
Rick Bailey tried the thinner for the same thinner for his thing is there kind of. It's just simple green, some isopropyl alcohol, some glycerin, and distilled water.
Well, that's all that works. Probably a lot cheaper than buying the actual airbrush thinner.
Oh yes, it is. It is a lot cheaper. Oh yeah, and some airflow improver too helps with the thinner too. He has a recipe on his website, on his channel for doing the thinner.
Okay, we'll have to look into that.
Yeah. But the other guy, I forget his name. Is part was a son, but I don't remember it. But I subbed to his channel, but I just can't remember his name.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah. But yeah, so I find airbrush a lot of fun.
I enjoy it. I'm relatively new at airbrushing, a couple of years maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually a house painter a long time ago. I owned my own business, house painting.
Right.
I'm not familiar with it because we use an air paint sprayer for oil-based paints for all the trim and stuff. So
yeah,
that cake was similar. And I have actually painted a few cars over the years, but I can't go near car paint anymore because it probably kill me. But so moving over to airbrush was very similar.
Yeah.
A lot of guys, like you said, they're very intimidated by it. Now. Wilbur, he just started doing airbrushing, and he's doing real well with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, the other airbrush channel is called Airbrush Asylum.
I've heard of that. I think I've seen a couple of his
Yeah.
videos.
He's another guy. He's very good too. I sub to his channel too.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm subbed to his or not. I might be. I'm subbed to somebody who knows. But yeah, I've heard of him. He does really nice work. He's very good instruction.
Well, I can send a link to his channel to your messenger later on.
Okay, thank you. All right. Well, listen. I guess we probably need to wrap up at 7 o'clock. And
Yeah,
I wanted to thank you for coming on and being a guest.
not a problem, Jim.
Uh, you had a
My
lot of good
pleasure.
information for us, and we're really interested in what you're doing with your layout. So
Yeah.
we'll be keeping a close eye on you.
Well, I think I might do a video of taking it down.
Well, that would, yeah, I mean, it would suck it away, but that's cool.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be the first to do it. You probably won't be the last. So,
No.
but the main thing is you'll be building a new one, and that's what's important.
That's right.
You know. But if you're anything like me, like I said, I went almost 4 months with no layout in between the move. But now
Yeah.
I'm chomping at the bit, ready to get back into it.
Yeah, but it took me 50 years to build my first.
True. It doesn't matter whether it's your first or your 10th. I mean, I've done the layout 8 times already over the years.
Oh,
I think I finally got it to where I want it now, so there's not going to be any more tear downs. But
yes.
a lot of trial and error was involved in it. Because,
Yes.
There's no particular right way to do it, I guess.
No, there's never. All you can do is you learn from what you do, learn from others.
Pretty much, yeah. Which is what's
You know.
great about our family because we're all teaching each other different things.
That's right. You know,
I learned a lot from the other railroaders out there.
yeah, definitely. That's the whole the part of my. I have a YouTube channel, but it's the people that we interact with on the YouTube that's what's important.
Absolutely.
You know.
Well, as long as we keep doing that, I guess we'll.
Hi, Robert. But yeah, that's fun though.
See you later, Robert. Well, anyway, so like I said, we got to wrap this up. So I'm going to do the outro. But once again, I want to thank you for guest hosting with me. And we'll have you again sometime. Maybe we'll try and get you back on here when you start your new layout.
Yeah, well, that could be in the fall, but yeah.
Well, I should still be going by then, I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah, me too, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks a lot for coming on, and thank you to everybody out there who watched. And we'll see you again next week. So I'm going to put the outro on, and y'all have a good weekend.
Same to everybody else, guys. Good night, everyone.